Hello everyone, Gabriel here. Dragon Age Inquisition on a new computer. I actually wanted to share this. This is the first time I actually started this game. I have all my saves, everything is fine. Most possibly I'll be playing this game with my widescreen monitor, which is 21 by 9 aspect ratio, which is actually better and in my humble opinion than Full HD. But for YouTube's sake, it is much easier for me to play this with black bars here on the sides, when you will have it obviously 1080 with no problem. Why this game? Mainly because I do love Dragon Age. It's a series I found really appealing, even if Inquisition, looking from a perspective of time of 2 years, there is a lot that this game could have done differently and in my opinion better, but that's everyone's personal opinion. First of all, sorry for the Polish language version. Only the texts are Polish. That's because EA is a bitch and they restrict language versions to regions, which I don't actually understand. When I personally always played 90% of the games I played during my life played in English, and I have no problem with that language. Understanding that language, I would love to. Whenever someone is talking to me in a game in English, I want to also be able to read him in English. And that's exactly the problem with this game. I have two language versions, so either it's like they don't know how to decide whether they want to do pure English or pure Polish. If you do fully Polish, we usually I have a very poor opinion about localizing games, as we sometimes call it, translating them fully. That's there's a humongous amount of basically the whole game has to be voice overed again, all of that types of things, but the criticism was there, and now we get neither. There is a workaround, a possibility to play this game in Polish, in fully English voiceover and fully English support of the text, but to do that you need to start the game without actually going through Origin, which actually is kind of a pain in the ass. Why I wanted to share with you this video? That's basically because I want to see how the freaking character creator screen looks in full HD when you're playing this game as it was intended in the greater graphical fidelity, because this game, it's 2 years old, a little bit over 2 years now, I think, or is it not 2 years still? Whatever. I played this game, I know how it performs, I know its quality when it comes to voice acting, music, storytelling, gameplay and so on, but graphically I wasn't not able to actually fully understand how this game looks and works and performs. So I'll try to first of all start with the character creator, and that's basically all that we will have in this video, because I don't want to go very deeply. I still have a playthrough with my dwarven character that I need to finish, but that in a moment. Now let me just get the new game. Here we go! Big explosion. For those of you who don't know, I played an elven female mage. That was my first playthrough in Inquisition. Then I played a male dwarf who was a rogue. So I'm actually left with human and Canary. As I said before, did I mention that? I don't think so. Polish language version in the text, English language version in the sound. That's how we're playing, unfortunately. I want to say a woman, and we'll be playing a woman, at least here for this little test. And she will be a human, which means and she will be a dual wielding Oh, sorry. That's a dual wielder here. That's the one hand damage dealer, both hands weapon using both hands, and we're going with the middle difficulty, which means we're playing a noble who goes into the conclave to accompany the Templars, as far as I recall. One thing, yeah, unfortunately I'm offline at this very moment for some bizarre reason, but that will change, don't you worry. At some point, let's see how this character looks, because that's the most important thing. I want to see the detail that my computer can produce in this game. Here we are, the fade. If you play the game, you know that this is fade. I really like the fact that the lighting is much better than it was the previous time I played this game. From which head should I start? It's very hard for me to actually decide, usually when I create characters. This one looks good, I think, as a starting point. Okay, give me a moment. Well, that'll be a moment for you, several minutes for me, as usually with character creators. As I said, finally, the scars. Literally, if you go back into the previous videos when I was doing Dragon Age, my characters don't have scars, and I don't know how that was even possible. But you know, a character in an RPG game who has no scars, it's not a character in any sense, I believe. Oh, this one is kind of gruesome. It's even worse. This one is nice, subtle, I would say. Kind of a little bit too here, a little bit too much, I think. That's even worse. Oh, no, that's someone who went out of the hospital, I believe. Oh, this is way too much. Let's start from the beginning. This one is good. This one is nice. This set. A little bit here, a little bit there. I'm a little bit rough, but not really that dramatic. Oh, there's someone up there. Slightly visible, I think. This is also cool. I think I like this the most. It doesn't actually destroy the overall face. And this is no scars at all. This one's a little too obvious there. This is also cool. I think I'm gonna go with this set. Slightly bit here, slightly bit here. On the mouth, like literally when she was trying to dodge. That's cool. Intensity of the scar. Oh, that's very intense. I think something like this is cool. Okay, this is a little bit too much this way. Totally forgot there's a set. You can also move this around. I think this is the... This doesn't... Just disappears, this part here. So I'm gonna stay with this tattoo. First let's make the tattoo very visible so I can quite clearly see it. Always have a problem with that. Okay, here we go. There's the tattoo finally. This one's a little bit too visible. No, too big on the face. Try to have something also subtle. I don't like when they are covering the whole face, for example. I think this one is very cool. Make it a little bit more visible. I think we're gonna go with the more blue type of color, so it's a little bit more contrasty to the eyes. Something like that. More or less she looks like this. Don't know what her name will be. Not my best, I think, but I usually have the tendency to, when I create characters, to not really like them very much at the very beginning, and settle around something like this will do. And later on, when the game progresses, I kind of get used to how they look. I would also change her a little bit more. Give me a moment. Always remember to also check how they look from the side. How the profile of the character looks. And her, I think that's still... I think that her... this is the one I want when it comes to the lips. Might be a little bit wider. But the thing is, when I look at her from the side, I have a problem a little bit with the lips. That's more like it, I think. It's a little bit more round. That's fine, I think. Now the nose a little bit too much stretching outside, I think. Try to make it slightly bit smaller. Maybe allow it to go a little bit. No, that's fine. Around here. The tip. That's more like it, I think. Cool. So that's her. Evelyn, that's the name. Traditional name, like a canon name, I think, for this version. But I think we'll go with something like Julia. I like it. And that's it. I'm not saying that she looks perfectly. She will never look perfectly. That's how the game starts. I don't think I'll be playing the Inquisition as many times as I played Origins. Played Dragon Age 2 only 2 times, Inquisition 2 times. I don't think I might play the third. Maybe with a Canary to see how they actually performed with that race. I've seen a couple of these, but there's certainly at least one romance I want to see play out. I don't know exactly how that will work. Well, we'll see. Thank you for watching here. I hope you enjoyed, and if not, feel free to leave a comment, because I'm gonna play a little bit about this game more to see what the future holds when it comes to the graphical way this production, how this production behaves on a larger scale.